Today I'm going to show you some common skin conditions that you will see as an esthetician and you will be able to most likely treat. My first client here has both dehydration, and I'll show you how to look for that, but she also has a hypopigmentation condition that comes and goes on her. She's going to see a dermatologist for it, but I do have some spots where I can show you. Usually it's a very hazed look across her face and especially around her mouth, but there are a few hypopigmented spots that I can show you today.
Go. Okay, so first we're going to look at the hypopigmentation, which is lack of pigment. And her first spot is right here. You can see she has some lack of pigment here, but if you look closely at her forehead, she has a haze of hypopigmentation, if you can see that. And now I'm going to look at her left cheek, and you can see some of the lack of pigmentation. She gets it a lot around her mouth as well. Okay, but not particularly today. And now to find her dehydration, very easy to spot on her forehead. If you look really close, you can see all the etchings in the skin, and it almost looks like an onion peel when the onion peel gets brown and it just crumbles. You can also just take your fingers and gently push together, and you can see the dehydration there. It looks like somebody took a little X-Acto knife and cut little etchings into the skin. This means she absolutely needs more moisture. Okay, so my next client, I'm going to show you post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, which is hyperpigmentation from an inflammatory response, like an acne lesion or a cut. And it happens to people that are darker skin types. So a 4, 5, and 6 Fitzpatrick type. So we have 2 up on her forehead. We have 1 here, pigmentation, and post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and she has some down on her chin as well, and you can see right here, and these are from acne lesions. So we can use lightening treatments. SPF is a must every day, even if it's raining. Vitamin C will help, and tyrosinase blockers. Okay, next I'm going to show you, she has some milia, and we're going to look right at the corner of her eye, and you can see it right here. Okay, and then she has inside the eye here by the tear duct, and then also on this side she has a few in the tear duct. Now normally I would take these out with a blood lancet, but I don't work that close to the eye, so I would let a dermatologist do that. Okay, so my next client here is, I'm going to show you Telangiectasia, which she has on both cheeks, around the nose, and on top of the nose. So you can see these distended capillaries. Now, how do I know it's not rosacea? Because she doesn't have any texture to the skin here, and there's no outbreaks of acne, papules, or pustules. This happens because you lose the elastin in the capillaries, and you can see around her nose and on top of the nose and on the other side here. We want to use everything that's calming and cooling, and certainly laser will help this as well to take them away. Now I want to look at her neck down here, and this is called Poikloderma, where it looks like chicken skin. That is from sun damage. There's no other reason that you would be getting this you can help your skin by using alpha hydroxy acid washes and other vitamin C and very, very hydrating ingredients to help take care of this. Okay? So my next client is a client who has acne, and you can see she is a little dry, and I guarantee this is from using the benzoyl peroxide. But what she has here also is PIE, which is post-inflammatory erythema. If we look over here, this is a pustule. These are papules. It looks like another pustule is starting right there. Just got one up here. Goes around to the other side as well. And if you stretch the skin, she has an open comedone here, closed comedones here, another open comedone there and there, over here. These can all be extracted. And looking at her temple right here, this is something else that you'll see a lot of. These are cherry angiomas. These are genetic vascular lesions, completely benign and nothing to worry about. Let me know when you're ready. Okay, so my next client, I am going to show you a birthmark, and this is a vascular birthmark. There's nothing that you'll be able to do as far as an esthetician to treat this, to remove this. She has had it since her whole life. However, I believe that an ND YAG laser could probably remove this. And how you can tell that it's a vascular lesion other than the redness, anything vascular, when you press down on it, the vascular redness goes away. And then it comes right back. Okay? And my last client, we are looking at sun damage. And if you look all over, yes, she does have genetic freckles from family, but most of this here is all sun damage. And when I looked at her under the Woods lamp, it really came out from underneath. And another way to tell is her telangiectasia here. This right here on the top of the bridge of the nose, this is all from sun damage. She can have this lasered off, and I would absolutely make sure that she sees a dermatologist just in case this area starts feeling rough. You can do superficial peels on her to help bring everything to the surface and to take away the pigmentation. You can use retinols for her. She can get a prescription for Retin-A, lots of brightening, lots and lots of SPF. And what I wanted to show you right here on her left lower cheek is this sunspot right here. This is starting to turn into melasma. She'll notice that it'll start to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Melasma is always a splatter on the face, whereas sun damage is speckled more, okay? And something like a laser would take this off, and lots of sunscreen, sunblock of at least 30, and she could use hydroquinone if she was willing to use that, and that would lighten that up.
So those are a few conditions that as an esthetician you may see on a daily or monthly basis. I hope that you learned something, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.